We're back live at the Eye at the Potato Expo 2018. And with me I've got Brad Halladay, president of Medius AG.
Yep.
And you know, your presentation was very interesting. It started out by looking at what technology was 10 years ago, what it is today, 10 years ago when the Potato Expo started, what it is today, and what it'll be like in 10 years. So let's go back. What was it 10 years ago?
So 10 years ago, you basically had spreadsheets and some PDFs that, you know, as the data was collected, they put it in the spreadsheets, it gets emailed out to everybody.
Right.
So you have all that data, which is great, but as you probably know, with things that go in your email, they start
Cumbersome.
getting lost.
Right.
And then when you actually want the data, you go back to look at it, and then you can't find it. So that
and it's time consuming to go through it.
Oh, it's time consuming to go through it. And then in 2010, so that would have been like 2008, 2009, 2010, NC State actually developed a potato database where they just took all that data and dumped into a database. So they solved that problem of, well, I can't find the data. So that allowed the industry to at least be able to retrieve the data. But you still had it in multiple spreadsheets and then said,
and the analysis is the hard place.
Yeah, now what do we do with it? So, and then that's where we started working with Potatoes USA about 2 years ago, and we developed a variety data management system that takes all that data that has been collected, puts it in a central location, but then gives you the analytical tools and different things to be able to analyze the data, to be able to take all of that information, condense it down.
And do something with it.
Yeah, do something with it, and do something with it rather quickly and intuitively. So it's easy for anybody within the industry to be able to pull up information, or if you're at the breeder level, you can drill down as hard as you want to and get all the fine details.
So that's where we are today.
And that's where we are today.
Okay, now look into your crystal ball.
Yeah.
Where are we going to be at the 20th annual Potato Expo?
Yeah, in my presentation, I had everybody hold me to it, that at the 20th Potato Expo, I believe that we're going to have something called a potato emulator. So if you're familiar with artificial intelligence, machine learning, so as we continue to collect data in a more efficient manner and we're getting more relevant data, as machine learning algorithms improve, we can start using that technology to feed the information that we've been collecting. University of Wisconsin is doing some great research on genetic marker data. So between genetic marker data, and I think you talked to Dr. Douches from Michigan earlier, and some of the work that they're doing with genetics, you can take that information and using modern technology, start predicting what's going to happen. So what I see in the next 10 years is you're going to have these breeders that are going to develop some clones. Before that clone's ever planted in the ground, they're going to get the genetic data off of that. They're going to be able to implement that into a system that's going to spit out predictive models that if that potato were to go under these environmental circumstances, it's going to yield X, Y, and Z. You're going to have these effects. You'll be able to weed out some of those varieties that maybe you shouldn't put money in to actually plant them. So what you're putting in the ground to start testing and developing are now much better varieties, and it's going to speed up the process of variety development.
So I'm asking you to go even a step further.
Yeah.
Are we ever going to see 3D printed potatoes? No, seriously, we have 3D printed chocolate.
Yeah.
We have all kinds of foods that are 3D printed. Why not 3D printed potatoes?
That would be a new step for GMOs, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I was actually asked that question yesterday in the breakout session, but it was phrased a little differently from a breeder, and they asked, am I proposing that we get rid of breeders? My answer.
And hopefully you said.
My answer was no.
Okay,
we're not getting rid of breeders. You can't get rid of growers.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know. You know, I've been in the technology industry for almost 15 years. And there's things that I've seen that even as a technology person, I've said, no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
And things have been done. So I can't sit here and say no. But if I wanted to pretend I was an old person, I would say, no, that's not going to happen.
Okay.
But yeah, you never know.
Fair enough.
You never know what's going to happen. 3D printing, it's cool technology.
Yeah. Well, Brad, thanks so much for a great presentation. Thanks for joining us here.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of the Potato Expo, and we'll be back here 10 years to see whether or not your predictions have come
We'll be
true.
sitting right here, and I'll have a potato emulator in front of us, and we'll make a demonstration.
Love it. Okay,
right.
great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Going to take a quick break. More to come. Stay tuned right here on Facebook Live and on YouTube. This is The Eye.